Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Eagles Film Room here with myself, Liam Jenkins. As the playoffs draw near, there is plenty to be excited about for the Eagles, but there are also several questions, one of which hangs over the linebacker position. Now this spot has had its depth tested since Jordan Hicks was ripped from their clasp with an injury earlier in the season, and they haven't really found a solution until now. The Eagles brought in former Saints linebacker Dannell Ellerbe, and the 32-year-old has played very well in his last 2 games, but is he going to be enough to fill that void left by Simba himself? Eagles have the top-ranked rushing defense in the league, and not without good reason. Ellerbe was brought in to help that cause, and we can see that against the Cowboys. As the Eagles collapse the pocket and force Elliott outside, there is nowhere else for him to go except into the arms of Dannell Ellerbe. That was the plan all along, and we can see something similar here against the Oakland Raiders just 1 week prior to that Week 17 loss. Ellerbe is not the most athletic linebacker in the league, but he has a thick base and some phenomenal football IQ, which helps him bounce off blocks and into the paths of much more powerful running backs that we're going to experience in the playoffs, and we can see that here as he wraps up Mychal Lynch with ease. A couple of plays later in that game and Ellerbe was right back at it again. We can see him here over the middle, there's a bit of motion, and all he's going to do is keep his eyes in that backfield. He anticipates the pulling guards and gets right into the path of the more physical running back of Mychal Lynch. Ellerbe's finest moment so far as an Eagle was this thunderous hit on Mychal Lynch in the backfield, bringing him back for a loss of 3 yards. But when we look at how it came to be, it really shows just how impressive his football IQ is. Now what we're going to see are the 2 interior guards here on the Oakland Raiders offensive line double up against Fletcher Cox, but instead of pushing him into the path of Ellerbe, they simply sit on Fletcher Cox, and that allows Ellerbe to run through the open hole and bring down the running back, and this is where Ellerbe thrives. Perhaps the only knock on Dannell Ellerbe is that he's not, as I said, the most athletic linebacker in the league, and that could just be due to his age. How much tread is truly left on the tyres, we don't know, but the lack of speed and athleticism will certainly hamper him against the more elusive running backs. But what we see right here is something very, very interesting. The Raiders stack their offensive line to the left-hand side, but we can see here, Lynch takes a step, Ellerbe takes a step, they lock eyes, and Ellerbe tries to plug that hole, but by that point, Lynch already knows where Ellerbe's going, flies up the other side, and by the time the linebacker turns around, it's too little too late, and Lynch was off to the races for a big gain. When healthy, Jordan Hicks is one of the best coverage linebackers in the league, and Dannell Ellerbe was in his day. That football savvy has not left him whatsoever. As we take a look at this play develop, Ellerbe positions himself perfectly to close off 2 breaking routes and force Derek Carr into a minor scramble. How did he do it? It's all about the quarterback size. Positioning himself sideways, he completely shuts off both of those blue circles, which are target gaps for Derek Carr. You've got 2 guys underneath blocking out the flats. Ellerbe's positioning just seals off that wound for now and forces Carr to scramble with pressure in his face. Against the Cowboys, that same skill set could be seen. Ellerbe reads the eyes of Dak Prescott and quickly notices a route underneath breaking. He swoops in and completely closes it off, forcing Dak to roll outside. And as we finally take a look from this angle here, Ellerbe positions his head to the right, sees the break and forces Dak away. It was brilliant coverage, and as we say, he's not perfect, he's going to make mistakes, and a veteran like himself probably won't be able to play the entire game during the playoffs. That doesn't mean he won't be an effective replacement for Jordan Hicks until the beginning of next season. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I cannot believe we're over 450 subscribers now. This is growing up, faster than I could ever have imagined. So thank you so much for all of your support. If you are new to the channel and don't know what we do outside of this, please visit phillysportsnetwork.com. We have daily Eagles articles. We've got an exclusive interview with Asante Samuel coming up tomorrow. So please stick around for more Eagles content, for more Eagles film rooms, and let's get to 500 subscribers. This is a real honor to be part of this, and I can't wait to share 2018 with you all.